Hello everyone, welcome. I think we're live. I need to ask that question first. Let me see. Yes, we are live. Okay, great. Okay, excellent. So we are in, where are we? We are in Ebaramachi station on the Oimachi line, which is a small station that I think I passed, or I don't think, I know I passed it when I did the walk of the entire Oimachi line, but other than that I've never been around here. It's a part of Tokyo that I'm very unfamiliar with. Basically I chose it because it's kind of close to where I live, and it's raining. It's rainy season, so I am going to walk with an umbrella today, which many of you probably know that I severely dislikes, because it's not easy, and even though one of my kind viewers has offered to make me an umbrella holder, I still have to, use both my hands, so no hands free, so no weather check. I can't weather check. Maybe once we get somewhere with a roof I can do a weather update. But yeah, the official rainy season has now started. So and it's just a very light drizzle right now, so it's not so bad. Like sometimes during rainy season it's really like super heavy rain, but yeah, right now it's just a kind of mild drizzle. But yeah, weather check, use your eyes, as someone says in the chat. It's raining and it's a little bit chilly. I would say probably around 20 degrees. So yeah, but yes, one of the reasons why I chose this place, other than the fact that I haven't been around here much, is because it looks like there's a pretty long Shotengai or shopping street with a rooftop, or with a roof. Not with a rooftop, with a roof, not too far from here. So I will try to make my way there, and then once we're on that shopping street, maybe we can do fun things such as weather check, and maybe even consume some sort of beverage as well. But yeah, for now let's enjoy this very local residential neighborhood, which looks pretty much like a lot of other local residential neighborhoods in this city. And also apologies for not streaming yesterday. I ended up being a little bit busy with life, so I was unable to stream. Oh wait, I think the rain stopped. Yes, pretty much. It almost stopped. At least now it's so little rain that it doesn't matter. So let me put the umbrella away again. Yeah, life happens. And after all, I mean, I never promised to do daily streams, but I do enjoy streaming so much that I tend to do it almost daily. But there are and will always be days when I cannot stream. And also thank you everyone who joined me on my long walk in Ueno and Yanaka 2 days ago. That was a really great walk. I see a lot of people are still watching those streams, so that's good. Hope you're enjoying them as much as I did recording them. Looks like a raindrop fell on the lens. Maybe that could happen. I don't really see anything though, but maybe. Also, I want to see if there's any address sign. Oh yeah, here at least on this pole it says Shinagawa-ku, so that's where we are. So we're in Shinagawa Ward, which is a pretty big ward, a big part of Tokyo. I'm often surprised over how like whenever I think of Shinagawa, I just think of the area around Shinagawa Station, which is like full of high-rise buildings and offices. But yeah, Shinagawa is actually quite big, and there's lots of quiet residential areas in Shinagawa as well. So yeah, I guess now I can do that more legit weather check than just using our eyes. Yeah, there you have it, 21 degrees, and as you can see, it's just rain, 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 and for the coming week as well, mostly rain. So 95% humidity, which is my favorite level of humidity, or maybe not. But yeah, that's pretty much what we need to get used to. At least now it's nice and cool with that kind of humidity. That's not so problematic, but I'm not looking forward to when the real heat sets in. Oh, thank you, Hologram Nunchuck, for hot coffee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, hot coffee would be nice. Hot coffee would indeed be nice on a day like this. Let's see if we can find any. That's the train tracks, yes. So I kind of need to follow the train tracks for a little while, and then we should reach this little shopping street, or I don't know if it's little or big or what it is. Anyway, we will be there soon. Like I should be heading this direction, and at least here we get a little bit of shelter actually from the train tracks above us. And other than checking out this street with the shops, I don't really have much planned for today's stream. I'll let it unfold as we go and see what happens. Sometimes my streams end up way differently than I expected. Who knows? Maybe that will happen today. Plan for today. Yeah, no plan. No plan. Like I just said. Just explore this area a little bit, and then we will see what happens from there. I really should try. Oh, I think, yeah, that's the shopping street over there. Excellent. I might do as I've done the last couple of streams, meaning a little Patreon only section afterwards, where I drink something and have a nice chat with my most enthusiastic viewers. I might also stay out, and I've been saying this for the last couple of streams, but today I will really try to record an evening, or like a 4K video, because it seems that it won't rain that heavily tonight, so ideally I want to have something in store. Oh, hello Vogue Lamb, and thank you for joining me on Patreon earlier today. Appreciate it. So what's the name? Nakanobu Skip Road. Let's back off a little bit so we can get it. Yeah, Nakanobu Skip Road. So it looks like a pretty long. I'm always amazed over how, like, I often find these kind of shopping streets and areas that are quite interesting, but despite living here for 13 years, I've never been here before. As many of you probably know by now, I'm a big fan of all these old school local shopping areas that you can find all over Japan. Maybe there's an interesting coffee shop. Yeah, that would be great. That would be perfect if we could find something similar to Papa Noel. That would be amazing. Russ Johnson, do you have a record of the particular streets you've walked? No. Oh, everything is only on YouTube. I don't have any other data. I'm just not good with that. Oh, here's actually a quite nice looking little cafe, Kisaten, old school Japanese cafe, but it looks very full, so I'm not going there. It's a weekend, so places like this are a little bit busy. DJ Candy, the quality of this stream. Thank you. There's Tanabata lanterns. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, is this? Wait, when's Tanabata? That's later, right? That's in August, isn't it? So Tanabata is like a big Japanese festival that's celebrated all over the country. And during that festival, usually you see decorations similar to these. I'm not sure if these are for Tanabata though, or maybe they're just like general decorations. What's the place you're walking called? It's called, what was it? Skip Road in Nakanobu. Nakanobu is the name of the neighborhood, and Skip Road is the name of this particular street. What's the worst thing you notice as a foreigner Japan should change? Has to be the kind of ingrained xenophobia in the housing market. That's really bad, or not just in the housing market, but in other parts of the society too. That it's not really discussed as an issue, other than among non-Japanese. But as a foreigner, from my perspective, that things that has affected me on a personal level, I would say it's probably that. Other than that, I mean, I think living here is pretty good and pretty easy, and yeah, usually I think most non-Japanese living in Japan has some story about how they've been denied apartments. But other than that, there's there's few downsides. Oh, this also looks like an interesting coffee shop. Coffee Cherry. With frosted windows, so you couldn't really see how it was inside, but looked kind of tempting. Oh, this is super cheap. 39 yen for, I don't know what it is, but it's extremely cheap. Feels like there's lots of vegetable shops on this street. $39, yeah. What do they call such alley? these are usually called shotengai in Japanese, which means basically shopping streets. Well, literally, it means shopping streets. Canned saba, mackerel. It's a little local fish and seafood shop, I think. Here's some izakaya. Lots of kind of tempting place. I always enjoy walking these kind of streets at night more than at day, but yeah. Let me see, what else do you say? Thought that was cat food. Yeah, the can. No, it was not cat food. Yeah, arcade is what they're called in English, right? These kind of streets. This street might be interesting too, actually. There's a sign down there saying Showa Dori. Showa is the name of the era that ended in the early 80s, and the kind of era that a lot of people have very fond memories of here in Japan. Look pretty dead though. $400 people watching now. Welcome everyone. Welcome to my channel. Oh, Showa ended in 1989. Okay, sorry, I'm so bad with that. I just know that I'm born in the Showa era, but I thought it ended a little bit earlier actually. So here we have another station, Ebaramachi station. Have you attended Obon Matsuri? Oh yes, yes. Or Obon Matsuri. I don't know. Like, is that the same as Bon Odori? In that case, yes. Otherwise, I don't know. What Obon Matsuri? There's so many festivals here in Japan. It's a bit challenging to keep track on all of them, to be honest. Another local vegetable and fruit shop. So many. I wonder why. And some drinking establishments down there. I'm sure, yeah, neighborhoods like this are just so much better at night. Do you have an umbrella? Yes, yes. It is actually raining now, but just a little bit. Not enough for me to bring out the umbrella. This should be Yasai Dori, yeah. 今日はビールブレイクありますか？わかんない。まだ決めてない。可能性がある。Wonder what price they had on whole pineapples. Oh, let's see. Next time we pass a vegetable shop, I will try to check it out. Australia, $4.50 each. Okay, let's see. My guess is that they will be more expensive in Japan, but who knows. I just love these kind of facades. Here's a coin laundry with lots of figures, Disney and anime, maneki neko and whatnot. And this is probably a little yakitori shop. It doesn't look like it's open yet. Where in Tokyo is this area? So we're pretty close. We're in Shinagawa, in the district of Shinagawa. So it's kind of in the south of the city. But yeah, relatively quiet local neighborhood area. Which, like I said before, is something I always enjoy walking in. Let's see, what else do people say? Does Sweden have rainy season too? Not really. I would say most of the year in Sweden is rainy season, but we don't have any technical rainy season, no. But especially in the south of Sweden, where I'm from, it does rain a lot all throughout the year, actually. So yeah. Like Finland also, yeah. Especially in the winter, during the winter months. Like in the south of Sweden, it's not cold enough to have snow. Instead we have these like gray and rainy days for like every day for half the year. Not great. So peaceful, yeah. Again, that's local neighborhoods in Tokyo. They are always, or usually like this, very quiet, but still not too quiet by my standards, at least. Like they usually always have a few shops and a few people out and about, especially at night, which I think is quite different also from Sweden, where many areas really feels like you're in a ghost town because there's no street life at all. So now I'm not actually sure where I am or where I'm heading. I think I need to do a little map check here. But it looks like there's some, I don't know, a bit more commercial activity going on down there. Jenny, you tried posting a comment on my website. Oh, I see. Let me look into that. Let's take that discussion on the Patreon messaging board or Patreon messages. Is this the most southern section of the Yamanote line? Well, Yamanote line doesn't stop anywhere near where I am now. There's a Shinagawa stop on the Yamanote line, which I think is, yeah, the most southern part. But we're actually quite far from Shinagawa Station. Or like at least 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes walk away. Okay, now we're actually pretty close to Togoshi Ginza, where I did a night walk not too long ago. Also, that means I'm pretty close to the Pal shopping street, which I also walked not too long ago, but let's head there again because it's always a nice place to walk, and it's also has a roof. So the nearest station to where I am right now would be Togoshi Ginza on the Tokyu Ikegami line. That station is about 5 minutes walk from here. There's some high school. It's Saturday, but they're still practicing sports. Yeah, that was probably a fire station. Yeah, down there. I think so.散歩動画なのに、読めないその漢字なんていうかないのが不思議。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。毎回見てるもありがとうございます。Maybe I can cross here. What bitrate is upload? I'm streaming with a bitrate of 6,000 kilobits per second. 飽きない。なるほど、なるほど。ありがとうございます。それは良かったね。飽きないでよかった。So one of my Japanese viewers said that even though it's just a simple walking video, it doesn't get boring. So that's always good to hear. Wow, that's a very narrow building. I wonder what's inside. It's an office building? It looks really weird. It looks like, you know, a proper high-rise office building, except that it's shrunk down in all dimensions. I actually think today is pretty nice weather for both for walking and for like sporting. If it's not raining more than what it is right now, it's pretty nice and cool. Yes, so here we have Palm Shopping Street, which I believe is the longest covered shopping street in Tokyo. Again, I walked here not too long ago, so apologies in advance to those of you who watched that, and if you feel that it's getting a bit repetitive, but whatever. Did I just get a super chat? Ah yes, thank you, Chaotic Ranger. Love your live walks, but it's a shame I can't catch more of them. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about not having a proper schedule for my live streams. Everybody just gets like on average maybe half an hour of advance notice. So obviously a lot of people are not able to watch my streams, but As I mentioned before, I just squeeze them in whenever I have a little bit time over. So it's unfortunately the best I can do right now. So let's see, pineapples. Yeah. 380 yen. 380 yen for a pineapple. So yeah, it's cheaper here than in Australia then, Jenny. No plan. Southern streams out to the tea mystic. Yes, that's how I want you to think of it. Isn't there a strong draft? No, hardly any wind at all. But actually, if you look at these decorations, it looks a bit like it's windy. But no, it's not windy at all here. But there's some construction going on, so sorry about the noise. Oh yeah, 500 viewers. Very nice. Welcome everybody. To those of you who are new. Oh, now I remembered. I forgot to put the FAQ pin. But those of you who are watching now, if you're new to this channel, please read the FAQ, which is in the video description, where you get answers to a lot of commonly asked questions that a lot of first-time viewers seems to be curious about. Oh, okay, Jenny. So about the same price. I see. I see. Right, I didn't take into consideration that the Australian dollar is a little bit lower than the US. Let's see. FAQ and rules in the video description. Please read before using shot. There we go. Do you also stream on Twitch? No. Only on YouTube. Does every Italian and Thai restaurant have a flag hanging outside? Pretty much, yeah. It's quite common. Oh, yeah. Some of you might remember this street because there's all of these off stores are here. So here's Hobby Off. Then I think there's a liquor off a little bit further down, as well as a book off. And then, of course, here's the best one of them all. Hard Off. We all love Hard Off now, don't we? Techno Syndrome. Didn't know this channel existed. Ah, thank you. I see. Now you know. Good that you found it. Yeah, I do live walks almost every day. Almost every day. So make sure to like and subscribe if you think this channel is for you. It's certainly not for everyone, but for those of you who enjoy slow, long, and rather pointless walks like this, then I think my channel is probably for you. Oh, thank you, Von XL. Thank you for the super chat. This place looks really neat. Yeah, this is a nice place. I always enjoy coming here. It's, I think, the third time I passed through this street on a stream. Pointless. Well, I mean, in the sense that they don't really have any clear goal or purpose other than just being, I don't know, a nice walk. And here we have Liquor Off. I don't think I've actually ever been to Liquor Off. Maybe I should check their beer selection. Yeah, let's do that. Let's check their beer selection and see if we can get something. Maybe they don't have beer. They do. Fortunately, I don't have an opener. Yeah, too bad. They had some interesting beers, but they were all in bottles, and I don't have an opener with me. So, and I'm not one of these cool kids who can open a beer bottle with my teeth or anything like that. And their canned beer selection was a little bit boring. What are these? Hard off, liquor off, book off. So off basically it implies that they are kind of cheap, like price off or like prices down. So book off mostly sells like used books, but also video games and some other things. Hobby off sells various hobby goods, both used and unused, but mostly used, I think. And liquor off sells discount alcohol, hopefully not used. Carry a Swiss Army knife? No, I don't. Oh, Kaldi usually sells like imported foodstuffs from all over the world. They usually have a decent alcohol selection, but it's very crowded in there, and it looks like they're kind of limiting the number of people in the store. So. Here's a game center in the basement. I was tempted to go down there, but then I realized that would probably kill the signal, so let's not do that. But were those people in rain jackets handing out? I don't know, they said something about vaccination or about COVID. I don't know exactly I didn't really take that much notice. There's so much yelling and shouting and messages from all directions, so after living in Japan for a while, I've gotten pretty good at just filtering out most of the things and most of the people around me, because otherwise I would just go crazy. Daiso. I know that some of you are very fond of Daiso. For those of you who don't know, it's one of these 100 yen shops. So I don't know if everything is 100 yen in this one. They have a few different variants, but basically, yeah, it's very cheap stuff. Chaotic Ranger. Oh really? Action Kid recommended me? Wow. I'm very honored to hear that. He is one of the most well-known walking YouTubers, I think, globally. Oh. These boxes are attacking. There's a gust of wind. I was just about to check the price of pineapples. It said 480 yen. Since I don't have my hands free, I couldn't really help them with those boxes blowing away. Ah, really, Chaotic Ranger? Action Kid watches me a lot. I'm very honored to hear that. Action Kid, if you're watching, thank you and keep up the good work. I watch your channel quite often as well. Must be starting to feel hot there. It's nearing summer season. Yeah, some days has been quite hot recently, but today it's very cool. It's just 21 degrees today, so. But usually rainy season is, you know, that's the last part before the really hot days starts. So rainy season just started here a few days ago, actually last week. Started here in Tokyo officially, and it usually lasts for, I think, about a month, maybe slightly less, 3 weeks to a month. But then in July, then it's just July, August, September are pretty awful. First half of October can be pretty hot as well. So basically before the pandemic I always little shrine down here. Let's check it out. Before the pandemic, I used to always go to Sweden every summer for 1 to 2 months. So usually July, August, or August, September, because those months are just pretty awful here. But it's been 2 years since my last visit. Where are we walking right now? We are in the Palm, or just next to the Palm shopping street, which is the longest shopping street with a roof in Tokyo. Oh, cute little Inari Jinja here. Let's head back. Arigatou gozaimasu, Takashi-san. これはパルム商店街っていうの商店街、どこだろう、武蔵小山駅が多分一番近いと思います。西小山か武蔵小山。So someone wanted to see the roof. Now you can see the roof. This part of this shopping street is very quiet and feels a little bit sleepy and worn down. The other part was much newer and had much more vitality going on.ちょっと吉祥寺に似てますね。でも、違いますね。これはまだ品川区かな。品川区か目黒区、どっちかとちょっとわかんない。あ、そこが書いてる。品川区だ。So yeah, we're still in 品川 city. I don't know, I just have a weak spot for these old laundromats that you find everywhere in Tokyo. We don't have those at all in Sweden, so they're a little bit exotic to me. So let me do a little map check and try to figure out where we can go from here. I'm starting to crave that beer now. It's not raining much now at all, actually. Carlos Monero, I have a photography question. If you had to choose one wide-angle lens, which one do you find more versatile for street photography? 24, 28 or 35? I'm quite fond of 28. 28 is... I don't know, but I like 35 too. I wouldn't want only a 24mm lens. Yeah, it really depends. It's a tough call. Like, I know that a lot of photographers really prefers either 28 or 35, but to me they're quite different. Like to me 28 is wide. Like, it feels way wider. Of course it is wider, but 35 is, maybe if I could only pick one lens, yeah, it really depends on what I would shoot. But if I would like go on a photo walk around here, I think I would prefer 28, because then you can have a little bit more context in the images. But really, either one is fine. And sometimes I enjoy going out with just an 85mm or a 50mm as well. So it's really, yeah, you can get great photos with most focal lengths. It's funny you ask, because I was actually looking at cameras today for the first time in a very long time, because I have this Fuji system, a Fuji X-T3, that I mainly purchased when I started this channel in order to record 4K 60 videos, and I haven't used that in well over a year now, that camera, so it's kind of pointless to just have it gathering dust. So I'm kind of a little bit tempted to trade it in and get the Sony RX1 Mark II, which is the world's smallest full-frame compact camera, and that one has a 35mm f2.0 lens built in. So I'm still considering if I should do that, because those are relatively cheap here right now. If I'm born in Tokyo, no, I am not. Please read the FAQ in the video description to learn more about my background. So I think if we go down here, yeah, last time we came here, a lot of people asked me what these bags on the trees were for, and I didn't know, and I still don't know. Someone said that they are for some sort of bugs, to prevent some sort of bugs. Maybe that's the case. That sounds kind of reasonable. And if it would mean that my Ricoh would be redundant, yeah, maybe. But still, I mean, the Ricoh is so super tiny, so I can still see situations where I really want something as compact as possible. So I might keep it. I don't know, but I haven't used the Ricoh in a very long time either. I must say it looks kind of weird with these protection things on the trees. What camera do you use? That's also listed in the FAQ in the video description. So please take a look there. Maybe this will be the thumbnail. These weird trees. Kind of struggling to figure out where to go now. I wish it wasn't raining, then I could have a beer outside, but with this, even though it doesn't rain that much, it's enough for me to kind of not want to sit outside. But maybe I can find some covered place down here. Let's check out this Lawson and see what their beer selection is like. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Ricoh GR as well, so I'm not sure if I would get rid of it. It's a very nice camera. The fact that it's so small and discreet and has amazing image quality for its size. Am I blind? Ah, yes, I was blind because the beer is here. I'll go for a good old Jona today.そのままで中華でお願いします。お願いします。Okay, so I got myself a beer. Let's see if we can find a place to drink it now, or if I will just walk a little bit more and then end this and have the beer on a Patreon only section. Did it take long to learn Japanese? I went to school for a year. Oh, there's actually some people drinking beer under the pillars here. Maybe I should join them. Let's see. Let's walk around a little bit more first, and then we can see. Yeah, I think I will do a Patreon only beer stream. Walk a little bit longer. And then do a Patreon only beer stream. So those of you who want to join that, please join my Patreon. The link is in the video description. Yeah, let's head down this way. So these are all brand new, these residential buildings. I'm pretty sure the vibe of the neighborhood changed a lot. I'm pretty sure that before these popped up, it was only like older low-rise buildings, and then boom, suddenly a couple of hundreds of new residents. Yeah, did it take long to learn Japanese? I studied at a school for a year and then a little bit on my own after that. But I don't know, someone commented the other day that my Japanese, I sound like a lady when I speak Japanese, which wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because 99% of my time I talk to girls. Most of my friends are girls, and for the last couple of years haven't really had much of a social life because of the pandemic, so most of my conversation has been with my wife. I don't mind if I sound like a lady. I don't see that as a problem. To be honest. And in some parts it's also an active choice by me. I mean, there are, like in Japanese, you can speak in a more manly way, for example, by referring to yourself as ore. I usually use boku, which is a more kind of humble way of referring to yourself. Interesting building here that some people think sounds kind of not manly enough, and some say that it sounds like you're a child, but others say that it just makes you sound humble, and that ore sounds very kind of pushy and not very nice, which I belong to that camp. It's kind of complicated, and there are other words that has a similar kind of manly versus female connotation as well. Yeah, omae is not very nice. Oh, new member. Thank you. Welcome, Line. Let's see. Line Dimmers. Welcome as a member. Thank you very much. Okay, I feel I'm just walking in circles now. Now we're back here at this Shotengai again. So let's see. We've been walking for an hour. So maybe today's stream will be a little bit shorter, and by short on my channel means 1 hour, which is crazy when you think about it. Like other YouTubers I watch, they're like, yeah, I try to always keep my videos within 10 minutes, because anything longer than that, then people will lose interest. I'm like, okay, I prefer my videos to be 4 hours. That's my ideal length. Because then I know that those who watched all of it, those are my true fans. They really enjoy it, and that's what I care about. Tokyo Meat, although it's an Italian restaurant. There was actually a side street here that looked a little bit interesting. Let's check that out. Nice yakitori restaurant. It would actually be nice to grab a bite there. We love your videos for 4 hours. Yeah, I love shooting those as well. Oh, I think the rain stopped. Your beer, I'm going to join you with some mint chocolate. Nice. Mint chocolate is the best. Wow, 650 people watching. That's a lot. Maybe I should gambaru and walk a little bit longer then. It would be such a shame to leave you all out in the cold when there's so many of you watching. Let me take a look at the map. Actually, we're not terribly far away from Meguro. Maybe I should try to walk towards Meguro. Yes, David, you're right. The super chat is not very active, which has a bad effect on my motivation. Let's see if we can get that to turn around. Should I speak up? I'm not speaking loud enough. Okay. Let's see. I'm so stupid. I thought this was Rambalak for a moment. Haha. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. No, Rambalak is, I guess, not as talkative as I am. I think Meguro is this way. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Time to boost motivation. Thank you. Thank you. I can always rely on you. No, this is not. I'm not sure if my phone is just being wonky or if I'm. Looks like I should actually be heading this direction in order to get towards Meguro. Maybe. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely walking in circles. Now I'm back at the station with those weird trees. But then I can head, I think, this way. But if I'm gonna walk for another hour or so, then I definitely should drink my beer. Then maybe I'll just have a food stream for my Patreon supporters after this. Ah, thank you. Okay, so we're back here again for the third time. And thank you, Voglamb, and thank you, Chaotic Ranger. Wow, that was very generous of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, now I'm super motivated. Let's walk. I'm so motivated, I feel like I want to run. Yeah, again, there's a lot of politicians on the streets these days. I think there's going to be a general election later this year. So I'm not sure if that's what they're already kind of starting to promote, or if there's also some like more local election going on. I honestly don't know. Oh, thank you, Jesse Makadang Dang. That's a great name. Thank you so much. Very generous. Thank you. So let's see if we find any place to sit down. Here it's too wet. Probably needs to be a bit under a roof or something. So this is still under construction. Yeah, probably people hasn't moved in here yet. Look at this. Like so many. But tomorrow is local government election. I see. Like for Tokyo or City Tower, Musashi Koyama. And that banner over there has a phone number with a number you can call if you're interested in moving in here. I wonder how much an apartment is. So interesting. They have the permission until 2023 for this construction, but it should be completed sooner than that, I think, because it looks like it's pretty much done. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Suddenly everybody got so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you and very motivating. Yes. Thank you, Techno Syndrome. Yeah, come back. Also, if you just find my channel, you have a pretty solid catalog of, like a solid backlog of walks to enjoy. I've been doing almost daily streams for like a year now. It's actually very close to the 1 year anniversary. So I really hope it won't rain on the day of my 1 year anniversary since my first live stream. This Einstein's Forest, Shades of the Past. It looks like a hair salon. That's a interesting name. Maybe I should start cutting my hair at Einstein's Forest. Sounds that's a great name. Would be great to be able to answer that when people ask me where I cut my hair. Oh, at Einstein's Forest, of course. Where else? Let's see. I'm actually not sure if I'm heading in the right direction now. Not really, but let's turn here and we will be on the right track. Maybe I should be a little bit more ambitious and not walk all the way to Shinagawa. That's a little bit too far. But either Meguro or Gotanda will probably be the end of today's walk. There's like lots of small, local, somewhat interesting shops on this street. Relax hair. So yeah, let's turn this direction and we will be on track for Meguro again. Someone said I'm talking too quietly a while ago. Is that the case? Do I need to speak up more? Let me know. Usually when I'm like around people, I become very quiet because my social anxiety kicks in. Sounds good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. No, you're good. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, here we have another local coffee roastery. Since I always tend to have a good experience at those, shall we try getting a cup of coffee and see what happens? にちは。豆だけですか？コーヒーも売ってますか？豆だけ。わかりました。ありがとうございます。Ah, they only sell beans. So they don't serve coffee there. Oh, we're obviously not so far from Haneda Airport because the planes are really low around here. Get some beer. Yeah, right. It's not hot today though. It's actually borderline too cold for what I'm wearing. I'm wearing t-shirt and shorts. So it's borderline too cold for that actually. The reason why I decided to go for shorts today was more because it's so annoying to wear jeans when it's raining and they get all wet. Oh, too bad I already got a beer, otherwise I would have loved to buy one here. Oh, there's no one here. Interesting. Almost a bit creepy. Not pink shorts today. Oh, I am wearing pink shorts. I'm most certainly wearing pink shorts today. My shorts are as pink as my soul. Maybe we can sit down here somewhere and drink that beer. Let's do that. So for those of you who are new to my channel, again, welcome. Hope you enjoy. I do walks like this quite often, and usually sometime during the stream I tend to take a little break and sit down and have a drink, often beer, sometimes coffee, and it's usually during my breaks that I focus a little bit extra on the chat and I answer any questions you might have. But it's also by far the least popular part of my streams. Wait, I should sit here. This is actually made for sitting on. So I always lose quite a few viewers during my beer breaks, which is unfortunate, but it's also a very beloved section or beloved part of my streams for some of my viewers. So yeah, if it's your first time here, it's up to you if you will enjoy my break time or if you will just leave the stream and do something else. Thank you, Stephen Coe. Thank you so much for the super chats. Like your videos. Thank you. Yeah, usually I tend to lose around 100 viewers during my beer breaks. Usually my beer breaks last for like, what, 10 minutes? Maybe 15? Anyway, cheers! Good. He is Swedish, so probably blonde. No. Those of you who are on Patreon knows very well what I'm looking like. What I look like. Because on my Patreon only streams I actually show my face. And I am unfortunately not blonde. My hair is a mix of grey and brown. Thank you, Bill Davis. Good to hear. And thank you for your message. Sorry, I haven't replied to you yet, but I will. You wanted me to go to Shibamata, you said. And I want to go to Shibamata as well. It's actually been a place I've been thinking about for a long time. And like you said, it's a little bit far from where I live, so you understand that it's a whole day project, and that's exactly why I haven't been there yet. But I will most certainly visit Shibamata sooner or later. So please wait a little bit longer. Johan and Janina just saying hi from Denmark. We love your walks. Thank you. Should have been on our third trip to Japan this year, but that's probably not going to happen. Probably not, no, unfortunately. But I hope you can come here next year, maybe. Do they celebrate Father's Day there? Asked Lara. Yes, they do. I think it's tomorrow here as well. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow here, yeah. It's Father's Day tend to differ a little bit depending on the country. Like in Sweden, it's not tomorrow. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Japanese Father's Day is tomorrow. Patreon stream, you get to see T in all his handsomeness. Yes, you do. You even get to see some of my old modeling photos. That's not a joke. That's true. I posted some photos from my career as a photo model here in Japan more than 10 years ago. I shared those photos with my Patreons. So, yeah, you saw my reflection in the beer fridge. Yeah, you see my reflections quite frequently during my streams as well. It's not like I'm a ninja who always stays hidden. Anyway. It's so bizarre. Happy Father's Day to you then. Yes. Like just like with my wife and on Mother's Day, like I forget. Like it doesn't really record that we are parents now, that she's a mom and I'm a dad. I mean, it does, of course, all the time when I'm home and all the time taking care of my daughter, but I still don't really think of myself as being a dad. Like when I think of Father's Day, it's just like, okay, I need to give my dad something. But it doesn't occur to me that actually I also deserve gifts now. Thanks for reminding me. The modeling photos are great. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Happy to hear that. Yeah, some really great fashion. Yeah, pink shorts on my modeling photos as well, right? Where are you from originally? That's a question that's answered in the FAQ. So please read the FAQ in the video description. Dad Ninja. Yeah. Another year and Mini Explorer will be making for gifts. Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Yeah, let's see if my wife remembers to give me something tomorrow. That will be interesting. Are you doing another stream tonight? I don't know. I don't think so. If I'm shooting tonight, it will most likely be a 4K video, so that I have something to show you on one of the rainy days that's most certainly coming up. But again, you should never say never. I might stream tonight as well. It's not impossible. Bill Davis, you just joined the stream. So I'm taking a beer break now at somewhere between Musashi Koyama station and let me check a map where I am. Yeah, Musashi Koyama and Fudomae station on the Tokyo Ikegami line. That's where I am right now. And after this we have about maybe 2 kilometer walk, partly along the Meguro River. Then we will reach Meguro station. And I might end the stream there, but you never know. You never know. Thank you, Gma34. Thank you. When do we get tea merch? Oh, there is tea merch. But maybe, yeah, the merch that it's available is just with my photos on it. So yeah, things like stuffed beer cans, bag trees, pink shorts. I need to work on that. Do you like sushi? Yes, I do. Tea costume, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Airplanes are flying so low that I can actually feel the vibration. Or maybe there's trains running under me as well. Maybe that's what causes the vibrations. I'm not sure. How's the beer? The beer is good. This is, I mentioned this before, but Yona Ale is one of my favorites of the selection that's available at most convenience stores. Not all convenience stores has this one, but when they do, I often go for this one. This is like, I would say like among the convenience stores in Japan, there's like different tiers of their beer selection. Most convenience stores just have the lowest tier, which is like just the standard Sapporo, Kirin, Asahi, the plainest forms of beer. And then one notch higher are the convenience stores that has things like this one, or Orion, which is the Okinawa beer, as well as a few other, the one with the frog on the label, for example, as well. So that's like maybe 1 in 4 convenience stores reach that level. And then maybe 1 in 10 convenience stores has like a really, really good beer selection with more beers, more exotic beers than this. Pink shorts. Yeah. I'll see. Maybe I can find some little manufacturer here in Tokyo that can make a limited run pink shorts, maybe with a little cone logo somewhere. That would be awesome. Live walk tomorrow, if the weather permits. Yes. Usually on weekends I always try to stream Sundays, Mondays, Saturdays and Sundays. Only lost 60 viewers so far. Okay, that's good. More, I think the tolerance to my beer breaks is slowly increasing among my viewers. Thank you for that. Who likes short shorts? We like short shorts. Okay, I will make extra short ones for you, Ray. A special moderator limited edition. Very, very short and very, very tight. Only for you. Erik. Hej. Hej min norska vän. Vad trevligt att du ska flytta till Japan. How do you find the culture difference between Japan and Scandinavia? That's a question that I could spend hours talking about, but the short answer is that I think in many ways there's a lot of things that us Scandinavians has in common with Japan. And I feel that especially Scandinavian people tend to enjoy living in Japan in most ways. There's always, of course, going to be sources of friction, but in general, I think the compatibility between Scandinavians and Japanese is pretty high. I feel that it's higher than if you compare like Southern Europeans with Japan, for example. I hardly ever meet any Scandinavians who dislikes Japan, but I have stumbled across some Spanish and French who really hated it here. So extremely unscientific observation, but yeah. My advice is just do it, and if you don't like it, you can just leave. Russ Johnson, good to hear that you enjoyed the chocolate. Short cones with a, short shorts with a cone on the front for Ray. Yep. Okay, I'm almost done with the beer, so I will get going soon. I have pink shorts from Uniqlo. I'm pretty sure my pink shorts are from Uniqlo as well. That's where like 70% of my clothes come from. The rest comes from H&M. Beer is finished. Let's go. So let me check the map again just to make sure that we are heading the right direction from here. I think we should go this way. Yep. So we are about 1.5 stops away from Meguro. I'm pretty sure that the high-rise buildings you're seeing down there, that's probably Meguro station. So that would be my next goal for today's walk. Eric, thank you for your opinion on a very broad subject. Yeah, I mean, I would love to talk a lot about it, but I'm not sure if the rest of my 600 viewers would be that interested in that subject. So I kept it short for now. But you know, I recommend you join me on Patreon. Then I can go more in depth on that subject on one of the Patreon only streams. The link is in the video description. Also, since your name is Eirik and you're from Norway, that reminds me of my favorite band, Kings of Convenience, who released a new album today. Was it today or yesterday? Not sure. But anyway, it's out now on Spotify. I recommend everyone to check it out because they're pretty awesome. Here we have another plane on the way, like approaching Haneda Airport. It's a small one. Is this a street or a park? It's a park. I think it's built on top of either a river or on top of train tracks that used to be overground but may now be underground. But I'm not sure. I think this might have been a river. Yo, I love your channel. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you very much. Can we keep on walking here? I think we can. I think we can. Oh, someone asked about how to tag people in the chat. Yeah, as far as I know, it only works when you're watching on a computer, which is kind of weird. I wonder why they haven't implemented that in the apps. It's really annoying. I wish I could tag people when I'm responding to things in the chat as well, but yeah, it doesn't work. Or at least the pop-up function doesn't work. It intrigued me how there's never any sidewalk and how the homes go straight to the walkway. Yeah, I find that quite interesting as well. I kind of often miss proper sidewalks. Here's a bigger one. I know that I have lots of plane spotters among my viewers, so for those of you asking why I'm always looking at airplanes. Yeah, proper sidewalks is like, you're happy when you have them, but you cannot take them for granted here in Tokyo. A lot of streets has no sidewalks at all, which is a little bit annoying. I wonder if we can walk here. This looks a little bit convoluted. Not sure if it's the best route to get to the station. Just give me a moment. I will try to figure out. Well, I think we can cross here actually. What Wi-Fi plan do you use? No Wi-Fi plan. I use a mobile plan from Rakuten Mobile, which has unlimited data. That's the one I use for my streams. So unlimited data for about 3,000 yen per month, which is incredibly cheap, and it's also very, very fast for uploads, which is what matters when you're streaming. So I tried a bunch of different cell phone plans here in Tokyo, and actually Rakuten is the one that I find the best one for live streaming, because it's a pretty small and new carrier, so they don't have that many users yet. So that's why it's working so well. And it's also like less than half the price compared to the big companies. The only limitation is that I can only use 10 gigs of data per day. Then I get throttled through to 3 megabytes per second, which isn't bad, but it's not enough for streaming. Is 5G implemented in some spots? Yes, but very, very limited. Like 90% of the time when I'm streaming, I'm on 4G, but sometimes it switches over to 5G. Yeah, pretty dense here. The ground is wet. Yes, it's rainy season. It's been raining pretty much all day, except now when I started the stream, it's kind of slowed down. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, weather gods. It's very kind of you. But basically it will be raining every day for the coming week, to some extent at least. So that might affect how much I can stream in the coming week. I'm generally not too fond of streaming when it's raining, at least not in very heavy rain. You need some of that rain in Southern California. Yeah, I heard you're having a massive drought. I hope it improves soon. Wow, look at this. Those of you who have followed me for a while knows that I enjoy the occasional slide ride from time to time. This slide is quite something, but I won't ride it now. Here's a tiny little slide, very cute. That's a newbie slide.ここはどっかのかな。ここは不動前駅の近く、目黒の方。住所はここが書いてます。西五反田4丁目です。品川区でございます。Don't wet those shorts. They're already pretty wet after my beer break, actually. Is there a way to show a real-time map? No, not really. Not that I know of. Maybe there's probably a way, but I don't know. I'm not so interested in doing that. At least not when I'm live streaming. It's a little bit too much of an invite. Oh, this also looks like an interesting coffee shop. Coffee shop Peru. Look pretty close though. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things I could like upload a map afterwards. I could do a lot of things, but I also know that everything I add that makes it more time consuming for me to do these streams will just mean in the long run that I will stream less frequently. So that's just who I am. I'm lazy and I want to keep things as simple as possible. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Have I ever had Irish coffee? Yes, of course, many times. It can be nice, but I'm not like a massive fan or anything. Another plane incoming. And there's another one. Wow, there's just... And this is during the pandemic. Like, imagine how busy the airspace over Tokyo is when there's not a pandemic going on. There's like literally a plane every 2 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I totally understand why people want a map. I totally understand, and you know, if I could make a map appear like this, then I would do it. But if it means like that I have to spend, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, possibly more after each stream, then yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen. Not right now. Not as long as my channel is just a little hobby side project for me. If I were to go full-time on YouTube, I would maybe consider doing all those things that adds a lot of extra value to the viewers. But what I try to do is like to show the address every now and then, and whenever I pass those maps on the street, I also try to give a brief overview of where I am and where I came from, because that's kind of easy to do, and it also, I don't know, I think it's a bit fun to do it while streaming. So that's the train tracks over there. That's the train leading to Meguro. So I think we can go down this way actually, and we will be on our way towards Meguro station. Pre-pandemic, Sydney-Melbourne was the second busiest domestic air route in the world. Oh really? That's interesting. I think the busiest is Tokyo-Sapporo, right? I didn't know that Sydney-Melbourne was second, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Two big cities, pretty far apart.ソフトバンクからライカのスマホ、そうですね。まあそのライカのスマホはまあソフトバンクだけではなくドコモと au も同じ、スマホ売れてるんですけど、ちょっとブランディングはちょっと変わってます。そのライカブランディングはソフトバンクだけ、 au とドコモバージョンはアクオス、シャープのアクオスなんとか R6 かな、ちょっと気になるけど、ちょっと残念ながらSIMフリーで売れてなさそう。キャリアから買うのスマホはいつも結構なんかジャンクアプリとかすごいアップデートも遅いし、ジャンクアプリいっぱい入ってるし、残念ながらそれは買いたくない。So one of my Japanese viewers mentioned that SoftBank will release a Leica phone. Leica, for those of you who don't know, is one of the most prestigious camera brands in the world, And yes, they will release a phone with the Leica branding, but it's actually a phone made by Sharp that's also sold through au and Docomo, which are the other main carriers here in Japan. And I'm kind of curious about it, but it looks like that phone will only be sold through the carriers here in Japan. And when you buy a phone through one of the main carriers here in Japan, it means you have tons of junk apps, and you will also get your updates very late. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I would never really consider buying a phone through one of the Japanese carriers. I always buy my phones unlocked and my SIM separately. And yeah, for those of you who are new to the channel, sometimes I speak a bit of Japanese because I have about 20% Japanese viewers. But whenever I do, I usually explain what I said in English afterwards. That was an aggressive taxi. Where there's so many utility poles, bury them. Some people say that it has to do with the fact that there's so many earthquakes in Japan, so they're easier to maintain if it's done like this. Some people say it's just a matter of costs. There's the technology to bury them even despite all the earthquakes, but it would be expensive, and they just don't want to pay for that. I don't know which one is correct. Probably. I mean, considering that we can send people to the moon, we can probably also bury electricity poles even in places that are earthquake prone, but yeah, it might be expensive. Most places in a T-stream, yeah, I feel like I'm walking almost straight under the approach path. Oh yeah, right. You used to be in the telecom industry, so yeah, you must know these things. That looks indeed like a saucer, yeah. I think it's a helipad. Pretty sure it's a helipad. I'm not sure what this building is though. If it's just some office or if it's like a hospital or something. Not sure. What part of Japan? We're close to Meguro in central Tokyo. Here's Meguro River, actually. I didn't mention that. But yeah, we're walking along Meguro River now, which is one of the most famous rivers in Tokyo, thanks to the fact that it has lots of cherry blossom trees and it's extremely popular as a cherry blossom viewing spot. Did it just rain? Yes, it's rainy season, so it will rain pretty much daily for the coming weeks. Some days a lot, some days just brief downpours, but yeah. Black Eye River, yeah, that's the literal translation of the name Meguro, Black Eye. That's correct. This pole above T should contain some fiber cables, probably, yeah. I think they all do. because fiber is extremely well built out in Tokyo, and it's usually in overhead cables like this. So you usually see every building has like some bunch of connections, electricity and fiber and whatnot. Vertu ってもうなくなっちゃったそうですね。なくなったと思いますね。最近全然 Vertu 聞いてなかった。Do you guys remember there was a mobile phone brand called Vertu, which was like also super exclusive phones, very very fancy or very very expensive. Like the phones themselves were nothing special, but the design was a little bit eye-catching and the price tags were like really insane. Does anyone know if that brand is still around? Vertu? Your video makes me happy. Thank you. Take care of your health. Thank you. Yes. I hope I am. I hope I am. I hope all this walking does indeed bring a bit of benefits to my health as well. So here you have the river. Someone asked about it. I think Vertu was a Nokia brand. Yeah, maybe. Sounds kind of Finnish. But then again, Nokia is like not really Finnish anymore, right? They're mostly brought by some Chinese company, isn't it? Also, here's one of the more eye-catching love hotels in central Tokyo. This castle. It's quite interesting, and it's a weird location for a big love hotel like this. But it's kind of interesting. Let's cross here. Have you ever met Rambalak? No, I know his channel of course, and I've been talking with him through his chat during his live streams, but I've never met him in person. I would love to meet him sometime though. He seems like a cool guy. Vertu hasn't released anything since 2015. Yeah, so I thought. I haven't seen or heard about them in a very long time. Yeah, it looks like a Disney castle, right? But it's definitely not for kids. Was this affected by the tsunami? No. Tokyo was not affected by the tsunami. Some parts of Tokyo had a little bit of was a little bit affected by the earthquake, but the tsunami did not reach Tokyo by any yeah, not even close. It was like the northeastern part of Japan that was affected by the tsunami. You can make kids, yeah, that's true. You can definitely make kids at a love hotel, but you shouldn't really bring them there. So you're moving next year when it's clear? I don't know if I'm moving next year. I honestly wish I could move tomorrow, but one last view of the hotel. But I don't know. It could take another year. It could take another 3 years, 5 years. I don't know. Or maybe I will live in Japan until I die. We don't know. Nothing's for certain. Was the castle building a love hotel? Yes, yes. It's one of the most, I don't know, most eye-catching love hotels in Tokyo. And like I said, it's a very strange location because there's no other love hotels around here. And it's a bit of an upscale area, actually, Meguro. So it's kind of weird that they are still in business, that they can, you know, that there's enough customers for a place like that to be profitable. I find that very surprising. So now we are approaching Meguro Station. I think I will cross here and walk under this covered part of the shopping street. And maybe some of you who watched my walk in Nakameguro the other day, you might remember that tower over there. That building is next to Nakameguro Station.ある意味夢の国ではありますよね。そうですね。そう考えると確かにそうですね。You personally live in the city? Yes, I've been living here for 13 years. Not here, like not in Meguro, but in Tokyo. So yeah, once I reach the Meguro Station, I will wrap up today's stream. Also, I kind of love these stairs. If you had to live off Honshu, I'm very curious in living in Kyushu, actually. I would love to try living there sometime. I've been traveling a lot to Kyushu for work in the last year. And it's a really nice place. So I think that would be my pick. I think Fukuoka seems like a really good place to live. So if I could choose, maybe I would choose that. But yeah, once I reach the Meguro Station, I will end this stream, take a little bit of a break, try to find somewhere where I can sit down and either have a coffee or a bite to eat while doing that as a Patreon only stream. So there's still time for you to join me on Patreon if you haven't, if you want to join that stream. So that's what I usually do. Like after the main walks, I often sit down and just take a little bonus stream where I just sit down and talk to my more closer fans and supporters. So if you think that's something you want to join, then yeah, the link to the Patreon is in the video description or in the chat. Ray just posted a link. Otherwise, I will most likely stream tomorrow again. I will try to start a little bit earlier than what I did today. So maybe around noon Japan time. So, but of course it always depends. It depends on the weather and other things. So I'm getting a little bit out of breath for walking this. It's been a pretty long uphill climb. always enjoy checking out apartment prices, trying to figure out where this is located. Okay, 7 minutes walk from Meguro station. 150,000 yen for 32 square meters. 130,000 yen for 34 square meters. This one is 11 minutes from Meguro station, 2 minutes from Fudomai station. So yeah, this area is a little bit pricey. This has been a great video. Thank you, Asante Rose. Thank you for always joining and supporting, and thank you for not leaving. You're the one who always like leaves in the middle of the stream, like, oh, I'm sorry, but I need to go now. But I'm glad that you made it to the end today. Good job. Those apartments were probably quite old actually, and maybe not great insulation. Like Meguro is, yeah, it's an expensive part of town. So if you would like something new and modern with good insulation, I think you would have to pay even more than that actually. Meguro station is down there. I think I will end the stream here on this bridge. So down here we have Ebisu. Ebisu is down there. That's where I ended the stream a few days ago. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah. And then the stop after Ebisu is Shibuya. So Shibuya is like maybe half an hour walk from here or so. Anyway, that's it for now. And again, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for the super chats. You were very generous today. I appreciate that. That's what motivated me to extend this walk with another hour. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, those of you who are on Patreon will be able to join me on a post Patreon stream shortly. It might take a little while to find a place where I can comfortably sit down, but as soon as I find one, I will post a link in the Patreon message, like on the Patreon page. So for those of you who still haven't joined, there's still a bit of time for you to do so. And with that, yeah, thank you so much. And I'll see you. Let's wait 30 seconds, because then this becomes a 2-hour stream. Thank you. Mori Shindin かな。どうやって読めるその漢字わかんない。でもありがとうございます、スープチャット。Okay. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Let's watch this train for 10 seconds. And that's a Yamanote line train. The most famous train in Tokyo. Okay, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. Mata ne. Hei do. Auf Wiedersehen. Tony asked tomorrow live 11. I don't know exactly what time. I'm sorry, I can't decide, but I'm trying something like that. Yes. Maybe 11, maybe 12. Could be later. I don't know. Anyway, bye bye. And thank